What is one thing that instantly makes you think this person has no manners? Last month, I decided to treat my warehouse crew for my 30th birthday. We never really celebrated birthdays at work, so I figured I'd do something nice. Spent my own cash on 6 large pizzas from this place everyone always talks about. Cost me like $80, but whatever. I was feeling generous. I carried those boxes in during my break, sweating like crazy because they were heavy as hell. Soon as I walked through the door, people started cheering. "Happy birthday!" someone yelled. Made me feel good, you know? Set the pizzas down in our little break room, told everyone to grab plates, and headed to the bathroom to wash my hands real quick. I was gone maybe 10 minutes tops. Had to actually use the bathroom and then wash the pizza grease off my hands. When I came back, I expected to see everyone eating and having a good time. Instead, I saw 6 empty boxes, completely empty, like someone had licked them clean, just crumbs and grease stains left behind. And here's the weird part. Half my coworkers were standing around looking confused as hell. "Did anyone get pizza?" I asked, thinking maybe they put slices somewhere else. "Nah, man, we were waiting for you to come back," said Tony from shipping. But when we got here, the boxes were already empty. That's when Jessica from accounting spoke up. "I saw Dennis loading boxes into his car like 20 minutes ago. Thought maybe you asked him to move them or something." Dennis, the new temp guy who'd been working with us for about 3 weeks. Real quiet dude, kept to himself mostly. I figured maybe there was some misunderstanding. But then Dennis walked back into the break room, casual as anything, holding one lukewarm slice on a paper napkin. He walked right up to me and said, "Hey man, you really shouldn't leave food sitting around like that. Anyone could just take it." I stared at him, thinking he had to be joking. But his face was completely serious. No smile, no laugh. He actually believed what he was saying. "You took all the pizza?" I asked, still trying to process what happened. Dennis shrugged like it was no big deal. "Well, yeah, I was hungry. Skipped breakfast this morning." He took a bite of his slice right in front of everyone. "Thanks though, pretty decent pizza." The whole break room went dead silent. 12 people standing there watching this guy eat the only remaining slice of pizza that was supposed to feed all of us. Pizza that I bought with my own money for my own birthday. "Dude," said Mike from the loading dock, "that was for everyone. It was his birthday." Dennis looked around the room, finally seeming to realize people were upset. "Look, if you wanted some, you should have been faster. That's just how it works." He finished his slice and tossed the napkin in the trash. "Besides, most of you could probably skip a meal anyway." That last comment really set people off. Few guys started stepping forward, looking ready to have words with Dennis. I had to wave them back because I didn't want anyone getting fired over pizza, but Dennis wasn't done. "Honestly, leaving food unattended in a workplace is just asking for trouble. I did you a favor by securing it in my car. Could have gone bad sitting out here." "You put it in your car?" I asked. "Yeah, kept it warm with the heater running. That's why the slice is still decent." He patted his stomach. "Probably saved you all from food poisoning, to be honest." At this point, I realized Dennis wasn't just rude. Something was genuinely wrong with his thinking. Like he'd created this whole story in his head where he was the hero for stealing everyone's lunch. Word spread fast around the warehouse. By the end of the day, everyone knew about the pizza incident. People started calling Dennis Pizza Bandit behind his back. He didn't seem to care though. If anything, he acted like we were all being dramatic. Next day, Dennis showed up with a cooler bag. During lunch, he sat in his car again, eating what looked like leftover pizza. But Jessica noticed something else in his front seat, an open beer can just sitting in the cup holder. She mentioned it to our supervisor, who went out to check. Sure enough, Dennis was drinking on company property. When confronted, he claimed it was from the night before and he forgot to throw it away. But the can was still cold and half full. That was the final straw. HR got involved, ran a background check they probably should have done earlier, and found out Dennis had been fired from his last 2 jobs for similar stuff. Taking things that weren't his, making up excuses, drinking at work. They let him go that Friday. His last day, he had the nerve to ask if anyone wanted to grab lunch together. Everyone just stared at him until he got the hint and left.